Folks, as you know, social media censorship is growing. The best way to support our video work for Israel is to subscribe to our video newsletter on pulseofisrael.com and to share our videos. If you are already a subscriber, then thank you.
My dad said there's none of that. I'm like, no. Oops. It's too late. You're already
Yeah.
A question?
Yeah, sure.
Why did they allow this but not מצעד הדגלים in יום העצמאות? יום ירושלים.
First clue. No clue.
Why is this
No
allowed?
clue.
This is a sad day, so it's not as Messiah.
I don't know. This happens every year, and מצעד הדגלים and Yom Ha'atzmaut and Yom Yerushalayim happens every year. I don't know. Thank God they allowed this with no issues. Hey, let's tell everyone what's going on. Hey everybody, welcome to the saddest day of the Jewish calendar, the 9th of Av. The 9th of Av, where Jews all over the world are fasting and mourning for what happened over 2,000 years ago, right? The Jewish people. We are mourning the destruction of the first temple by the Babylonians and the second temple by the Romans. Both more than 2,000 years ago, 2,500, 600 years ago, and we mourn. We're not eating, we're not drinking for a full 25 hours. And tonight, this is a special march of Israeli flags around the old city walls of Jerusalem. And I'll tell you more about that in a second. First, I want to share with you the following story about Napoleon. You know the story about Napoleon?
Which one?
The story about Napoleon is Napoleon and his army, where they were conquering Europe city by city, right? And they came into one city, and they came into a synagogue, and they found Jews sitting on the floor of the synagogue crying. So Napoleon asked the Jews, why are you sitting on the floor crying? And they told him, well, today is the 9th of Av, a mourning day for the Jewish people, where we're mourning the destruction of our temples 2,000 years ago, right? So Napoleon was like totally shocked. He never heard of such a thing. And he said right there and then, and this has been documented, the Jewish people who mourn the destruction of their temple and their homeland thousands of years ago, they will merit a return to their homeland and to rebuilding their temple.
Amen.
Right? Because Napoleon understood that because we're a people connected to our past and we remember our past as if it just happened and we keep that memory alive, that is what keeps us as a people alive and keeps us moving forward into the future to be successful as a people. And so that's the famous story of Napoleon on Tisha B'Av, on the 9th of Av.
Let's hope he's right.
Well, he's right. First of all, he's right. We're home, right? We're back in our homeland after thousands of years of exile and persecution. And now we're waiting to rebuild the third temple. And it will happen. It will happen. And you want to know something? Even if it doesn't happen tomorrow, we're one day closer to it happening when it does happen. Right? So here we go, everyone. So soon you're going to see the old city walls. We're going to be walking around the old city in order to show that Jerusalem is central to our lives, central to the existence of the Jewish people. No matter what issues, what challenges, what geopolitical challenges, we are back home. This is our capital city, our eternal capital city, undivided capital city, and we're going to continue strengthening it no matter the challenges, no matter the problems, no matter the geopolitical challenges as well. So enjoy, and here and now we'll do some talking.
Last time I did this march, the hill wasn't quite as steep. Every year it gets a little bit more. Must have taken a new route.
So, is something happening?
Yeah, they're arresting all the
Alright, we're coming up to the old city of Jerusalem, everybody. Oh, by the way, look at this beautiful big flag. Look at all the people here for this march. Very nice.
You know this organization?
Yes, very nice.
I represent.
That's great. Here we go, coming to the old city. Oh, Yakir.
Yeah.
We're going to be walking by the new gate, Shara Chadash, that was broken in by Handasa Kravit in Milchemet Sheshet Hayamim.
Yep. I can reenact it for you if you want me to.
Yes, please do.
Let's go. Yeah. I like her motivation.
That's Nadja.
Who's Nadja?
Nadja Matar of Women in Green. You don't know Nadja, I have to introduce you to Nadja. I'll introduce you guys to Nadja. Here we go, the old city.
You lost your friend.
Who?
Is that here? Papa, where is your friend?
Right here. There we go, the old city walls.
I feel like our crowd's got
Yeah.
Not everyone was at Eichel.
No, yeah.
Now, Kenny, you said you've never been on this before?
Yeah, we
Now this is our first time.
Good stuff. Nadia's in her element.
The old city walls.
Look, someone's walking barefoot.
Tisha B'Av. He wants to be uncomfortable. Well, the whole point is for us to be uncomfortable.
Now you gotta wait.
Yeah.
Like an hour. For know what it's Yes, already.
Ouch. I got like a small blast.
There's trees. Not from the city hall.
I'm trying to put you inside the list.
It's not my intention. I'll walk you through. I'll walk through with a flag. I'm not going to
All right.
in a month. I hope everyone lives.
Look at the beautiful. Wait a second. Let me get over here. Look at the beautiful lights on Shara Chadash here. Oh, pretty. Oh, and we got a light rail. Modern. Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. Here we go. First of all, there's Shara Chadash. I'll tell you why this is awesome in a second. This is New Gate, everybody. Shara Hadash, New Gate. There's a little plaque on the top over there. Ready? Right over there. There's a plaque. That plaque was put up, I don't know, a number of years ago, which commemorates the fact that it was the Yakir, how do you say it in English? I forgot. Combat engineering, right? The combat engineering corps that broke through this new gate in the Six-Day War in 1967 in the liberation of the old city of Jerusalem from the Jordanians. All right, so just to give you a little history. Now, what was beautiful of what you just saw, here we are fasting for the destruction of both temples, the destruction of Jerusalem, the exile of all the Jews. We weren't here, sovereign in our homeland, for over 2,000 years, and now, not only are we back, we have a modern light rail system in the city of Jerusalem. Like, here we got history, we're living history, we're bringing history alive, the Jewish people are back, and not only are we back, sovereign in our homeland, we have a modern society, even with a light rail that travels right outside our old city walls. Now, here's the interesting thing about the old city walls. You see them behind me? These are not the original old city walls that the Jewish people had thousands of years ago, right? Those walls were destroyed. These were walls built by Suleiman the Magnificent a number of hundreds of years ago. So just to give some context, still they are significant because it is the old city of Jerusalem. But the actual walls these are more modern old city walls. They still look old because they're hundreds of years old, but they're not the walls of old. But some of the remaining buildings from 2,000 years ago from the Romans, well, that we know. That's the western wall of the Temple Mount. The eastern wall of the Temple Mount, those are 2,000-year-old walls. All right, this is just beautiful seeing everyone walking together. Downhill.
And he really tries his best to.
Yechezkel!
Doesn't exactly get it.
Come here. Give some words of chizuk. Give some words of chizuk. All right, I'm putting someone on the spot. Yechezkel Lang, unbelievable media movie maker himself.
Avi, it's a great honor to be with you here as we walk around the old city. I think this is a great victory for the Jewish people because if you remember just a month ago, or it was a couple months ago, that they stopped us from walking around the old city. Hopefully they'll let us go this time. And yeah, I hope the Hamas is really upset.
Amen, amen, amen. It's just beautiful seeing all the Israeli flags, bringing Jerusalem alive, the Jewish people alive in Jerusalem.
But none of us knew it was a tza'adah, really. Like, we didn't. None of us just some eicher reading in the Chumot. So we're so glad we get to participate, not knowing it wasn't a big thing.
So here's my son telling me
All
that
your sons said that.
all my sons, or some of them, 75% of my sons who are here, say that they didn't. I didn't tell you it was a walk around the walls. Of course I told you.
But I don't know, like a group of 15 people walking on the walls after reading Eicha in a small minyan, and look, I didn't know you organized this thing.
I didn't organize it.
But you organized us coming.
Oh, that's something special. We haven't done it, and here's an opportunity to do it. So you're happy you came? Even though we're not supposed to be happy today? You're a Tisha B'Av happy that we came.
There's a reason, yeah.
Tisha B'Av happy that you came. And here we go. We are coming up to Shar Shechem, everybody.
Some action, yeah.
Well, the police will take care of everything if there's any action, right? Because earlier the Muslims were here protesting and trying to make trouble, but they think the police
they will not
took care
make
of them.
trouble. It's
We are here.
land.
So you guys glad you joined for this special Tisha B'Av march?
Definitely. Surely very much am. They gave out stickers.
Tisha B'Av, like glad?
Bands.
And bands. Ribonut brands?
I didn't get one.
Stick of Yerushalayim Rabbati. You know what Yerushalayim Rabbati refers to?
No.
It refers to ensuring that all, not just Jerusalem, but Gush Etzion and Ma'aleh Adumim, all be included in a greater Jerusalem area to ensure that none of it is lost. Oh, let me get that. Yehudit. Tzom Mo'il. Tzom Mo'il Mashmoti. Nadia and Yehudit, women in green, Nashim Bayarok, the organizers of this amazing event. יש משהו שאת יכולה לשתף איתנו?
כן, שהשנה היו חייבים לצעוד בירושלים.
This year we had to march in Jerusalem. We had to. למה?
כשמדברים על להעביר לפה את הקונסוליה האמריקאית לרחוב אגרון, אז אנחנו שומעים כבר צליל של חלוקת ירושלים.
So now that the American government is talking about reopening the closed consulate, which is to serve a Palestine in Jerusalem, even though U.S. Ambassador David Friedman had it brought into the embassy to ensure that there is only one Jerusalem, one embassy that deals with everything. And Yehudit's telling us those are signs that America wants to go back to dividing Jerusalem. Okay?
השנה יותר מתמיד חייבים את הצעדה הזאת בכל חלקי העיר.
This year we need this march throughout the city.
ותודה למשטרה שמאפשרת את זה, זה לא היה מובן מאליו.
And thank you to the police for helping make this happen. If not, we can't take it for granted. They could have easily said no, yet they approved it and they are watching over us.
ואנחנו פשוט מסתמכים על דבריו של שר המשטרה עומר בר-לב, שהוא אמר בצעדת הדגלים, ירושלים שלנו לנצח.
And we are counting on the promise of Israel's new Minister of Interior Minister of Security, Omer Bar-Lev, who promised on Jerusalem Day that Jerusalem will be united Jerusalem forever. And this is based on that promise.
אבל זה לא מספיק שהוא אומר, אנחנו צריכים לעשות.
Right, and as Yehudit saying, it's not enough that these politicians say things or make promises. We all know too well what happens with politician promises. We have to do. We have to act to ensure that our politicians' promises remain and stay and come to fruition.
במיוחד בתשעה באב שחרב בית המקדש, אנחנו צריכים לבנות, אז הצעדה הזאת זה עוד בנייה, עוד אבן בריבונות של ירושלים.
And especially on Tisha B'Av, where we commemorate the destruction of our temples, this march is a symbol of how we're building Jerusalem one stone at a time, one march at a time, one person at a time.
וברוך השם, עם ישראל אוהב את ירושלים, דואג לירושלים, אנחנו רואים כאן מאות אנשים שבאו.
And Baruch Hashem, the Jewish people are showing with their feet that they love Jerusalem. They are here on the masses for this march.
ונקווה ששנה הבאה כבר לא נצטרך, כבר ירושלים תהיה בנויה, הר הבית תהיה בנוי, נוכל להתפלל שם.
And Be'ezrat Hashem, with God's help, Yehudit is saying that next year we will not have to march. Jerusalem will be totally rebuilt, the Beit HaMikdash, the temple will be rebuilt, and there will be the masses of the Jews coming here to celebrate, and we won't have to have this march on a fast day.
So משמעותי.
Everyone have a meaningful fast. Yehudit, Tiskil Mitzvot, so mashmoti. There you go. You heard from Yehudit Katzover, one of the founders of. We're passing by Shar Shechem right now. So Maskit, let's go. All right, let's go. Passing by Shar Shechem right now.
If you ever get the opportunity.
I don't know why.
For the Tzafei Esh.
That's not us. Our next famous Instagrammer is Yehida Epstein.
That's right.
Where is he? Is he here?
Oh. Wow, look who's here. Kor. Avshalom Kor. Avshalom Kor is the famous Lashon guy. Lashon from radio and television. He teaches. Yeah, here we go. We're coming to Shar Shechem, folks. This is where the Muslims always give us trouble, and the police The police got rid of them so they wouldn't make trouble, so there wouldn't be issues, there wouldn't be violence. So let's see if everything. See, here we go. That's the, you see the Arab signs right there, right outside of Sha'ar Shechem. Here we go. You want to take a picture?
Yeah.
All right.
They blocked it. Oh, they blocked
No, we'll go here from on top. From on top.
What makes you think that?
So much more cute. איפה אתה גר עכשיו? אתה יודע איך לגור ביישוב?
לומדים לאט לאט.
Yeah. Well, we'll go further. We'll go over there. There we go. Sha'ar Shechem, Damascus Gate, where the Muslims always give trouble. Let's go. Everyone's taking pictures here. Everyone's taking pictures. One day there'll be. Are they not letting anyone in?
I just climb over.
Oh, here's your Avichai. Come over here. Yakir, come here. Hold on.
Can I get in the picture?
Yeah. Oh, we got the Davises.
Bobby, you take a picture?
Me? No, I can't take a picture. Use yours. I'm live.
We need someone to take a picture of it.
So give give a picture. Ask Eric. Eric, you're so good. Can you take another one?
Yeah, you know it. He's
Yes. I'm falling. I'm falling.
Are we smiling or not?
Sorry. Can you get one? You okay? Isaac, we're going to?
Yes, we'll take one of you.
We need to borrow one of your flags, though.
Okay. Oh, we got the Davis family getting a picture. Next time we come through, Eric, next time we come through Sha'ar Shechem, we walk up to Har HaBayit. Up to Har HaBayit, man, up to Har HaBayit. Amen, amen, amen. Right, Neil?
2 years ago when I was here, there was a huge crowd of Arabs right over here.
Yeah, usually there are a lot of Arabs here. Usually they got right. All right?
That's how you make peace.
Everyone, you hear that? Oh, we'll talk about peace. Ready? We'll talk about peace right now. I was just telling my friends here as we take pictures in front of Damascus Gate. Next year on Tisha B'Av, may we merit to walk through Damascus Gate straight up to the Temple Mount to visit the rebuilt temple. May we merit that. Now, my friend Neil is talking about peace. Neil, what is your organization?
Americans Against Terrorism.
All right, Americans Against Terrorism. Neil knows what Israel is up against with terrorists. He knows what America is up against with terrorists. He knows what the whole Western world is up against with the terrorism of the Islamic world. This is the message of peace, everyone. Okay, our Western leaders falsely preach to all of us that the way to peace is by appeasing the violent terrorism and threats of the Islamic world, right? You always have to appease them. Don't what's the word? What's the word with P? Don't provoke, right? Don't provoke, right? Jews living in our ancestral homeland is a provocation. Jews living in Jerusalem is a provocation. Jews living in Judea and Samaria is a provocation. Jews raising the Israeli flag in the streets of Jerusalem where Arabs live is a provocation, right? Everything's a provocation. We can't provoke, right? As if they're little babies that can't handle their emotions, right? No, appeasing people who threaten violence and use terrorism, not only will that not bring peace, that pushes peace further away. Because when you appease, it's like a bully, and it's like a bully in elementary school. If the kids appease the bully, that doesn't stop the bully. That just enables and motivates the bully to bully even more. Same thing with the Islamic world, with this world of power. If you appease them, that makes them it grows their appetite to force even more. So therefore, the way for peace is by finally giving the message over to the Islamic world that we are not going to stand down. We're going to stand up for our rights. Therefore, since the Temple Mount is the symbol, it's God's symbol in the world, the way to bring peace is for the Jewish people to finally act as a sovereign on the Temple Mount, to rebuild the temple, to allow freedom of worship, so the Muslim world understands they can't threaten us anymore. They're not going to get away with their violence and terror anymore. And they're finally put in their place. You want to be respected as equals, as another religion in the world? That's wonderful. And you'll be able to do that. So the key to peace is the Jewish people acting as sovereign and rebuilding the temple on the Temple Mount. That is all you have to do to understand the truth about dealing with the Muslim world. We all want to live in peace, but you can't achieve peace with appeasement. That pushes peace further away. How am I doing, Neil?
You're doing great.
Anything to add on that?
Just that tonight is the proof of what you said, Avi. 2 years ago, when I was on this march, there was a huge crowd of Arabs that came out right there at the Damascus Gate. And soon after the chanting started, pretty soon there were bottles, God knows what else, flying at the Jews in the crowd. As soon as that happened, the Israeli police charged into the crowd. They weren't gentle. They charged in with their horses. They dispersed the crowds. They let them know in no uncertain terms that wasn't going to happen. And they let them know which side of the force equation they were on. Now that they know what happens on these marches, you see this year no one showed up from the Arab side.
Well, they showed up earlier, but the police got rid of them. This time the police didn't want to deal with them. By the way, this is awesome, everyone. Look at this, the old city wall. Look at this. Anyone who's never been here before, you could tell there's 2 levels to this wall, right? Very quickly, right? Let's get back past the trees. Here we go. There's 2 levels. You see the actual foundation stone of Mount Moriah. That is Mount Moriah. This is the foundation stone of Mount Moriah, and then on top of the foundation stone, you have the old city walls built on top. Do you guys see that? This is the foundation stone of Mount Moriah, right here. Again, you see the foundation stone, you see the walls built on top. I'm just it's just mind-boggling. I don't know, like how many. Am I the only one that's mind-boggled by this? But
Nope.
It's just
This
is Mount Moriah, right? This is Mount Moriah right behind us. That's the hill right here. That's the actual mountain. We can actually touch it right here. Here we go. I mean, we're walking on Mount Moriah, but I'm just trying to. Here, this is touching Mount Moriah. Oh.
It could be that Avram Avinu touched that same stone.
It definitely could be. It definitely could be.
Because it was here when he was here.
And so now, once again, now you see the actual wall. But before we had Mount Moriah, and then the wall on top. Did I cut you off? Were you in the middle of saying something? All right, let's find my kids, because we started walking slowly, and let's catch up to everyone. So here is another gate of the old city. Here we go. And by the way, the gates of the old city are beautiful at night with the lighting. I had no idea we can have such holy guests.
What do you say, my man?
Holy guests. What am I saying? I'm just saying, you say something. Here you are. On the spot. On the spot. Have you been doing this for a number of years?
I have.
This is my first time doing it.
Really?
First time. I don't know why. My mistake.
I'm surprised.
Just happened. Hakol tova. What can we do? But yeah. So any difference this year than any other year?
Well, I guess we'll see when we hear who speaks at the Lions Gate, because there's always a big group. We've got a nice video, and we hear different dignitaries speak. So we'll see who shows up. Which
which politicians show their face for this.
Right, this year.
Actually, I'll tell you a little anecdote.
Yeah.
So, the first time we did this walk, I think it was maybe the first year after we moved to Israel, which was the year 2000.
Yeah.
And we stopped at the Lion's Gate. And would you guess who gave the most fiery speech about Yerushalayim and keeping it united?
Ehud Olmert.
Exactly.
Okay, just to give people context, Ehud Olmert once was a right-wing Likud guy, and then unfortunately, like a number of so-called right-wingers, they ended up jumping ship to the left and becoming a leader of the left, and then talking about...
He was the mayor of Jerusalem.
Right, he was the mayor of Jerusalem when he was a right-winger still, and then as prime minister, he promised the most horrific peace plan that would have divided Jerusalem in the most horrific ways, and thank God Arafat said no, right? We need the Arabs to say no. It's crazy. Right, so let's say Ehud Olmert. Yeah. All we have is to count on HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We can't count on politicians. It's us. We have to do what we have to do, right? It's us little people and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hopefully like pressure, right? It's like a sandwich. Sandwich the politicians to actually do what they're supposed to do and what they say that they promised. Because otherwise, if it's left to their own, they'll just do bad things.
For Rosh HaMemshala.
Not happening. Not happening. You know what I like to say, Eric? I love my wife and kids too much. All right, here we go. We're back. Oh yeah, we are back. Wow, it's just awesome. It would be awesome if Mashiach showed up there right now. Yes, it would, Batya. If the Mashiach showed up right now, wow, what a bracha that would be for all of humanity. Right? The Mashiach isn't just here to save the Jewish people. The Mashiach is here to save all of humanity, to make a better world for all of us. This is my first time in my life walking around Jerusalem this way. I've never done this. Have you ever walked here? Have you ever been to Sha'ar HaRayot?
I don't know.
Itai, have you ever been to Sha'ar HaRayot? Well, here we go. We're going to be after we make the right. The next Sha'ar is Sha'ar HaRayot. That's the Sha'ar that the Tzanchanim, the paratroopers, went through in order to liberate the old city of Jerusalem when they ran through Har HaBayit and then down to the Kotel. So they went through Sha'ar HaRayot. I have to get to the front and get Nadia. Let me see if I can get Nadia. Right? So, you know, Women in Green was started by two women. Well, it was run by two women. It was actually started by Nadia, her mother-in-law, and Yehudit Katzaver. So I spoke to Yehudit already.
Oh, that's where you went to?
Huh? Yeah, I was talking to Yehudit earlier, and I want to catch Nadia. Her mother-in-law is no longer alive, but they started Women in Green. That's Aryeh King. Aryeh King is a strong member of the City Council of Jerusalem. Well, Anna, it is an honor to walk with you.
I'll video you.
That's good. I don't need to. I just do the selfie. Oh, me holding the flag. All right, sure. I'll go on this side so you can see the wall.
I know some other guys.
There we go. Oh, here we have.
Why is it shaking? Oh.
This is the saddest day of the Jewish calendar. You have to understand, deep inside, we're all sad, we're mourning the horrific things that happen to the Jewish people. I mean, it's not just about the destruction of the temple. It's all the Jews that were massacred, all the Jewish women who were raped, all the Jews who were killed. I mean, when we read the stories of what happened during the time the Romans destroyed the Second Temple, I mean, Jews were starving here. I mean, we read the stories of how women mothers had to kill their babies in order to eat because they were so starving. The situation was horrendous. And that's just the stories of the destruction of the temple. There were so many tragedies that happened to the Jewish people over time during these years that we also commemorate, including the Holocaust and the horrific pogroms throughout Europe, where again, innocent Jews just massacred for no reason other than being Jews. So with all this mourning, here we are walking around the old city walls. And it's like dreamlike. It's like we're doing it. But if you would have asked our great-grandparents, many of us are grandparents, right? Less than 80 years ago, if they could have imagined the Jewish people being back in the land of Israel and their children or grandchildren walking around the old city, and that the Jewish people would be in charge of the land of Israel just 80 years ago, they would have called you crazy. They were in the middle of the Holocaust. So to know that we're here in our own country, Southern our own army, walking around the old city walls, it's just miraculous. So we're sad, but then we're happy where we are, but yet we still have so far to go. We're not there yet. We still have but it's like this mix of emotions.
Come on, I want to see them look at this.
Think back 100 years ago, if you said the Mashiach was going to come, they would say, how's it even possible?
Right.
How's it going to address
David is
people
participating again in another roadblock.
What?
It was the same truck company before.
Oh, yeah.
I guess they rented their truck.
Yeah, what were you saying, Neil?
You know, they would have said you're crazy. I mean, there's no Israel to go back to with Jews in it to speak of.
Right.
And there's no communication. How's he going to address the world and fix the world?
Right.
Now you have communication. You have one man can address the world population anytime.
Right.
And we're here
to
make a home, and we control it.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
Yep. And for everyone here, I love showing, we're right in front of us is the Mount of Olives. The Mount of Olives, ready? Check it. Now, this is the beauty about the Mount of Olives. It has the oldest Jewish cemetery in the world, right? You have kings from the Bible who are buried here. Biblical figures buried in the cemetery on the Mount of Olives. And yet the world calls it East Jerusalem and somehow sells the lie to the world that it doesn't belong to the Jewish people. It has the oldest Jewish cemetery in the world. It is impossible on a factual basis to say that the area of the Mount of Olives, that the Jewish people have no claim to it, with the oldest Jewish cemetery in the world. But yet that's the lie that the world preaches, that the world leaders, that the journalists, that too many Jewish young kids and activists, anti-Israel activists, they just lie. And right in front of you is the Mount of Olives. And here we have everyone walking. Here we go.
Bobby, how many Arabs were there at Damascus Gate before they broke it up?
I don't know. I didn't see numbers. I just my son was watching like news updates, and it was saying that the police were arresting. No, what'd he say?
I don't know. All I heard is what she got on the microphone. She said, "Excuse me, we invited all politicians, including coalition and opposition. So you can't say that." Something.
Oh, no, I didn't hear.
Maybe he was mentioning how one person wasn't invited, and she said how everyone was invited.
Oh. No clue. Yeah, listen, we're in a bind right now because the American government, I was just talking about this before, the American government wants to reopen the consulate in Jerusalem, which would only serve the Arabs.
Oh, really?
And in a sense is a sign that it's them taking back, nullifying Trump's move of recognizing Jerusalem as Israel's united capital.
The embassy, but only using it
right, keeping the embassy, but opening. There always was a separate building, a consulate that only dealt. Right, the Agron Street, exactly.
But
so Trump killed. Yeah, but it's on the one, it's on. But if Jerusalem is Israel's capital, there is no reason for there to be an official U.S. presence to service the Arabs who are under the Palestinian Authority. That is a sign that they do not recognize Israel as Jerusalem as Israel's capital, and opening up to dividing Jerusalem. So, and this government, we don't have Bibi Netanyahu. Bibi Netanyahu was stood up like a wall to ensure that wouldn't happen. But now we have a new government, and we don't know if Naftali Bennett and Yair Lapid, who's really running the foreign policy of this new government, if he's going to stand up against it.
We're getting to Sha'ar HaArayot.
Yeah. We are getting to Sha'ar HaArayot. We're going to be like the paratroopers. Okay, we'll all be like the paratroopers.
We saw that picture.
We saw... Which picture are you talking about? You mean in the book?
Of the book, yeah.
Oh my God, I'm still in touch with. I got to interview him.
You got in touch with him?
Yeah, I sent him an email and he responded, and we.
His email was in the book.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I hope I get to interview him.
You read the book?
Yeah, I said I'll give Pirsum for the book.
Yeah, it's almost a flip flop. Itai, don't lose your flip flop. Where's Itai? Everyone's gonna see you. It's like too much.
תודה רבה שוטרים.
I already said thank you to them. I realized they always just drive ahead and it's the same guys.
Oh really?
So I was like, oh, I'll go to the next officers. I'm like, oh, I recognize that face. These people were not at the Eichel, that's for sure.
Yeah, not everybody.
They cheated. They joined in afterwards. Itai, don't lose your flip flop. I just saw someone with a
Is that a church?
Yes.
Which church?
I don't remember which one, but it is the church where the Queen of England visited privately without ever going public, because the monarch of England never recognized the Jewish state of Israel.
Right.
Because her grandmother's buried there, whatever. I forgot who the. Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah. So I don't know the details, but that's the story. I don't remember exactly which one, who's buried there, and which queen visited there. I think the modern queen. But years ago.
Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah, I don't remember. I'll have to look up. Long time ago. But it was a secret. It wasn't public. No one did anything about it because they don't recognize.
They recognize the state of Israel.
Right. They don't recognize Jerusalem. I don't know the exact. I don't remember the politics about it.
They don't recognize East Jerusalem. It's part of Israel.
There we go. All right. So we started what? You're right. By the way, right. By the way,
Dunkin' Donuts stand.
just for everyone watching, and obviously most, if not all, of the Jews will understand this. We're all fasting, right? We all just began a 25-hour fast. Bless you. The saddest fast, but we're mourning. It's a fast of mourning. So even though we're fasting and we're not going to be able to eat until.
You know what side we are now?
8:30 p.m. tomorrow night, so whatever, another 22 hours, we're all taking this walk all around the old city walls. And it's about showing the Jewish connection to the city of Jerusalem. Not just to the world, not just to the Jewish people, but to everyone in Israel as well, and to our politicians. Don't you dare think about doing anything to Jerusalem. Us Jews are willing to even walk around the old city as a show of solidarity with our eternal and undivided capital, even while we are all fasting. On the beginning of the fast. Tomorrow we're all going to be tired and hungry and thirsty, and yet here we are walking around. Here, look at the old city walls. We're about to walk up Lion's Gate, just like the paratroopers. Oh, they're not letting us walk up? Oh, they're not letting us walk up. This is the ascent to the Lion's Gate that goes into the old city of Jerusalem.
We're trying to get a picture at every gate.
All right. Can we see it? There we go. There's Lion's Gate.
רבותיי, בואו תתקרבו, תיתנו לעינו מאחורה להגיע, תבואו יותר קרוב. יש פה שני יהודים יקרים שפשוט ישבו על הרצפה כמו שצריך. אמיר, אמיר, תבוא לפה. פה. בכניסה לשער האריות, תבוא מסביב. יהודית קצובר.
There we go.
שיהודית תגיע.
Where's he tied? He tied. There we go. We're like the paratroopers.
בואו בבקשה, נא לשבת. כמה דקות. את השלט אפשר לקפל אותו ולשים אותו ברכב. כל הכבוד למי שלשים אותו.
Alright, we're taking a little detour. So long like the police don't stop us, we are going as far as we can towards Lions Gate. Again, this is one of the gates to the old city. It actually goes into the Muslim quarter, but it is the closest gate to go right up to the Temple Mount, right? That's why during the, oh my God, it's beautiful. The moon is right up there, right above Lions Gate. So the famous pictures of the paratroopers in the 6-Day War running up this road right into the gate, and with burning tanks and stuff right here on this road. Here, look. Yakir, this is his famous selfie picture in the middle of the road. Well, not a selfie, his famous picture, right? We just read this book of a guy, an Israeli soldier who fought in the 6-Day War, and he was here. He was a paratrooper walking up this street, and while the soldiers were on this sidewalk on the one side, and walking through the other sidewalk on the other, he ran into the middle of the street in the middle of the war, and he took a picture. He took a picture, and you see all the soldiers on both sides, and Lions Gate right in front of him in the middle of the war as they were about to go liberate Jerusalem. So here we are, taking pictures here at Lions Gate, right in front. Is everyone here? Come, let's do a selfie. Do a selfie.
Isn't there a lion somewhere here?
No. Beautiful Lions Gate here. Ready? And let's go. Let's go.
Are we smiling?
Yeah. Heck yeah, we're smiling.
Wait, Wait, Itai. There we go.
That wasn't it.
Yeah, we.
Yo, you get the
Other people are coming up also. I wonder if they're letting people in through. So the Temple Mount is right up there. That's where the Temple Mount is, right? So there's an entrance if you go through here, and then there are gates to the Temple Mount. בסדר, בסדר.
רק מצלמים, תודה.
תודה רבה. Right? So there's there's an entrance to the Temple Mount right in here. Unfortunately, only Muslims are allowed to use it. Jews are forbidden. Jews are forbidden. Right there, I think there are like 11 gates. Let's go. There are 11 gates to the Temple Mount, and Jews are only allowed to use one, the Mughrabi gate. Muslims are allowed to use all the rest. Right? There is total discrimination against non-Muslims on the Temple Mount. That is the appeasement. Huh? What? Right? That is what I'm talking about. Appeasing the Muslims pushes peace further away. We want there to be peace, allowing all non-Muslims to access the Temple Mount from all the gates. Everyone being allowed to access all the gates, not just Muslims. Appeasing the Muslims makes them feel that they have the upper hand and they can get away with terrorizing us in every other way. We have to stop allowing their appeasement. We have to put them in their place, let them know that you are equals together with Jews and Christians. No more appeasing them. The Temple Mount is open to all. The Jews have freedom of worship, which we're not allowed today. We have to stop that. We have to allow freedom of worship. That is the message to give across the Muslim world, and please God that with that direction, rebuilding the temple, that is how we bring peace. Because only when the Muslim world gets the message that they can't terrorize us anymore, will then they be stopped from terrorizing and using violence against us. And it means that our leaders have to stand up and punish all those who incite to terror, use terror, and not allow them to get away with their appeasement. Oh, it's awesome. Look at this. Beautiful.
האם אנו מוכנים להיכנס לירושלים? ירושלים היא קודש, ירושלים היא מלכות, ירושלים היא המטרה הסופית של תהליך הגאולה, ירושלים היא זהות וייעוד. זה מה שנותן אנרגיה גם לאנשים שלא תמיד יודעים או יכולים להסביר מה זה ירושלים. באושוויץ ובטרבלינקה רכשו לשנה הבאה בירושלים. כשבונים בית, שוברים כוס ושרים אם אשכחך ירושלים. ירושלים היא הכוח המושך את היהודים בכל העולם. כולנו זוכרים את יהודי אתיופיה שרים מאמץ אחרון, להרים רגליים, עוד מעט ירושלים. בירושלים בונים עוד קומה. מה אנו, מה חיינו, מה מניע אותנו? הנצח זה ירושלים. הדיבורים על החזרת הקונסוליה האמריקאית לרחוב אגרון, הקפאת הבנייה בירושלים בגלל לחץ אמריקאי, מעוררים שוב את הדיבורים על חלוקת ירושלים. ועל כן, אנו צריכים לרכז מאמץ עליון בירושלים בצד הפיזי ובצד הרוחני. ירושלים מתמודדת עם הגירה שלילית בגלל חוסר לדירות, עם דמוגרפיה בעייתית, כמעט 40% מוסלמים בירושלים. זה גורם לערבים להרים ראש, לקרות למהומות, זה נותן כוח המסיתים, למרות שלפחות 52% רוצים להיות תחת ריבונות ישראל. אסור לטאטא את המצב מתחת לשטיח, צריך להתמודד. טופס אמיר ברקת, ראש העיר הקודם, שנסע לארצות הברית לנסות להסביר לדמוקרטים ולרפובליקנים שקונסוליה אמריקאית עבור הערבים בירושלים.
Yehudit is talking about how, again, the American government wants to open up, the Biden administration wants to negate the Trump administration's moves in Jerusalem and reopen the consulate that would only serve the Arabs who live under the Palestinian Authority, which in a sense is a sign that they would be supporting the division of Jerusalem. And an Israeli politician, a Likud member, just went to Washington in order to talk to the American politicians against the Biden administration's plan to do that. This is Nadia Matar from Women in Green. That's Yehudit Katzover from Women in Green. Nadia is talking about the importance of developing the greater metropolitan Jerusalem area, including all of the areas outside of Jerusalem, Gush Etzion, Givat Ze'ev, Mevaseret Zion, Ma'ale Adumim, to them all to develop a greater Jerusalem metro area and work, and so current mayors are working towards this. In order to develop this, we all have to raise the awareness of the importance of developing that greater Jerusalem metropolitan area.
אך עדיין אין די כדי להכריע את הקרב על ירושלים. ישראל הקימה 12 שכונות בירושלים, מצפון, מדרום וממזרח לגבולות השיפוט הישנים. רמות, נווה יעקב, רמות אשכול, מעלות דפנה, סנהדריה המורחבת.
You're just mentioning all of these communities that were built in Jerusalem since Israel liberated Jerusalem from the illegal Jordan occupation of Jerusalem back in 1967. Those are all communities built since 1967. And even with that, the struggle for Jerusalem still is ongoing. It hasn't ended yet. The whole world looks at Jerusalem, wanting to take it away from us. And we understand them. Throughout history, nations have always tried to take the Jerusalem away from the Jewish people. Our responsibility to Jerusalem isn't just a responsibility for us, but it's a responsibility for all of humanity. Right? That God chose us. This is our responsibility. God said, I'm not going to come to Yerushalayim up above until I come to Yerushalayim down below. Yes, when the whole of Jerusalem is built up, and then it's connected with Jerusalem up above. So people say, what's the importance of Tisha B'Av in 2021? Why do we still have to mourn? Why do we still have to fast? Yes, we do, because the work is still not done. Not only that, today Jerusalem is in danger, even with all of its development. For years we've just taken everything for granted. And if we thought that everything was safe, well, here we had pogroms just a few months ago, the Arab Muslim pogroms all across Israel. And here, all of a sudden, it was dangerous to raise a Israeli flag in Jerusalem or other places in Israel. So it's showing that we still have to act. We still have to act to strengthen Jerusalem as our eternal capital and make Jerusalem a greater metropolitan area. Jerusalem metropolitan area with a majority Jewish population. And there cannot be an argument about this. Right, and even Israel's law says that Jerusalem is Israel's united and eternal capital. We invited here tonight politicians both from the coalition and the opposition in order to speak. And everyone, please respect everyone who speaks. And two politicians came to speak. And here the first politician is Yom Tov Kalfon. And he said he took on the responsibility to stand up for Jerusalem while he's in the government. Right, and here she just mentioned a quote from Rabin saying that Jerusalem is not a question mark.
חבריי, חברי מועצת העיר ירושלים, אריה קינג, יונתן יוסף, אחרונות חביבות היקרות, יהודית קצובר, נדיה מיתר, אתן נשות הריבונות, נשים כל כך הרבה בשביל ארץ ישראל ובשביל אחיזתנו בארצנו. חברים, בערב תשעה באב אנחנו הרי לא לומדים תורה, אלא דנים בענייני דיומא.
Right here at Tisha B'Av, we don't learn Torah, we're dealing with the issues of the day, current events. So why are we mourning? Is it a religious day? Are we mourning the sin of the spies, the destruction of the temple? Or is it a national evening
על אירועים שקרו לעמנו לאורך הדורות. זו שאלה שאני שאלתי את
remembering all the horrible things that happened to the Jewish people throughout history. And the answer that I answered myself, I answered the first Tisha B'Av, 9th of Av, that I spent here in Israel 17 years ago, the first Tisha B'Av after I made Aliyah, came to Israel in the year of 2005. It was Saturday night, and that day, Gush Katif, the Jewish settlements in of the Gaza Strip, became forbidden for Jews to be there. I was in Gush Katif that summer, 2005, for Tisha B'Av. And at that moment I understood what was Tisha B'Av. No, it's not a religious day. Not just a religious day. Not just a day where people go to a synagogue and cry. It's a mourning day for the Jewish people. A national mourning day. It symbolizes all of the warnings that the Jewish people have been given throughout the generations. And all these warnings have come because of one thing, all the bad things, because of baseless hatred within the Jewish people. I remember the sign that was in my day: we have love and it will win. That same Tisha B'Av in 2005, when Gush Katif was destroyed, that's the message we wanted to give, that we have love and that love will win out over the hatred, and it's a love for the Jewish people, a love for the land of Israel, and a love for the Jewish tradition and the Torah. That is the solution for more love of one another. Just a few weeks ago, I had the merit to become a Knesset member and to replace Ayelet Shaked in the Yamina party. I promise to push forward love for one another, because I learned that we didn't succeed because of hatred, baseless hatred. And here we have to give over love to everybody, to every population. I also want to connect to populations outside of Israel. We're 6.5 million Jews here, but there are other 8 million Jews outside of Israel, and I want to connect to all of them, and we have to bring them here, so that they will build up Jerusalem and build up the whole land. And Yudam, Shomron, Samaria, and Galil, and Negev, and every place. And for this purpose, I entered to the government. You have to understand he's getting booze because it's his party that's in the government, together with the far left anti-Zionist party Meretz and the Muslim Brotherhood Ram party. So there's anger at that party, which supposedly is a right-wing party, that they are they're giving power to the left and the Muslim Brotherhood in Israel's own government. So there's a lot of anger towards it. But obviously, but he's saying he's in the government to try to make the best difference he can. And he's saying Jerusalem is forever. And Jerusalem is the perfect place, and it's the strength of the Jewish people is Jerusalem, and the best defense of Jerusalem. We'll meet a lot of challenges, and we understand the challenges. And all of us, we're going to overcome our challenges and stand together and understand Jerusalem is the eternity of the Jewish people, and that's what we're marching towards, that direction.
יצחק שמיר, ראש הממשלה לשעבר.
You heard it's talking about Yitzhak Shamir, former Israeli Prime Minister of the Likud. In 1960, so there is no West or East Jerusalem. There is one united Jerusalem, our capital. We are now inviting Orit Struk, the head of the Land of Israel lobby in Israel's Knesset. He works very, very hard for Jerusalem. He's Orit Struk of the Religious Zionist Party. She's working, welcoming everyone who's here to walk around the walls of Jerusalem. We're all going to do everything we can to ensure that Jerusalem turns into the greater Jerusalem metropolitan area, including all the areas surrounding Jerusalem. Ma'ale Adumim, Efrat, Mevaser Tzion, Piskat Ze'ev. I always join this walk around Jerusalem, and I'm about to say something about what I'm happy about, even though we're forbidden to be happy on this evening. But to see everyone, all the families, young people, older people, families, amazing seeing you all here. This sign that we're marching with says exactly what we believe in, exactly what we feel, everything we hope for, everything we want to work towards for Jerusalem. But we can't be blind. We can't not see the other signs that are being raised, other signs that were hung up on the entrance to Jerusalem all across the land. Huge signs that with a huge investment of money, with much more money than this one sign from Yehudit and Nadia, and 6 words are written on those signs. Jews and Arabs are partners for the destiny of Israel and partners in governing Israel. And these are signs put up all over Israel. This is a huge campaign across the country, and totally different from everything that the left has ever done before. It's a campaign that's already within the Israeli government. Jews and Arabs, partners to govern Israel, is a campaign that is actually happening right now within the government of Israel. And this is a campaign that threatens everything we want to do in Jerusalem. It's a campaign that threatens Jerusalem. It's a campaign that threatens the division of Jerusalem, not just the division of Jerusalem geographically. But this we know is also want to be done. That the President of the United States wants to do this by establishing a consulate for the Palestinian Arabs in Jerusalem, the same consulate that President Trump closed. And at this moment that we're standing, we have no clue if today's Prime Minister Naftali Bennett will allow the American President to open the consulate or not. But the campaign that I just spoke about is talking about a different division of Jerusalem. He threatens the identity of Jerusalem as the united capital of the Jewish people. It threatens on the identity of our country. It wants to split our country, not geographically, but to split it and turn it into a state of 2 peoples. Not a Jewish state of Israel anymore, but a country of jointly run by Jews and Arab Muslims. Are we going to let this happen? Are we going to be blind and not see those huge signs? We have to wake up everybody. Yehudit and Nadia, I totally respect all the work you do to push forward, all the work you're doing for Jerusalem and greater metropolitan Jerusalem, but we all have to know that's the contra, our desire to make greater Jerusalem. There is the desire to totally change the identity of the state of Israel and Jerusalem from a Jewish state to the state of two peoples. And on this evening of Tisha B'Av, that we have the merits that our ancestors did not merit at all. We have the merit of walking around the walls of Jerusalem. We have the merit of that the Israeli police are allowing us to do this. We have the merit to be able to get to the western wall of the Temple Mount, and we have the merits of the Temple Mount, things that for past generations only dreamt about and prayed about, and we have the merit of actually to have this in our reality. We cannot turn our backs on the dream of the Jewish people for thousands of years. We can't ignore this threat of the campaign to destroy the Jewish character of the state of Israel that this government is about. We can't let that happen. That's what Arab Muslims who want to live peacefully here have every freedom and equality, all the rights. But they can't have national rights in our ancestral homelands in the Jewish state of Israel. And it can't be us that starts the process that gives them national rights to the Jewish state of Israel, destroying the Jewish identity of the state of Israel. We pray for God to come, for the Mashiach to come, for the temple to be built. But first of all, we have to pray that the Jewish people open its eyes and understand the horrible danger that is standing right in front of us. We have to do what we can to stop that danger every way we can. Thank you very much, Orit. So David Ben-Gurion. Oh, now we're inviting Mr. Aryeh King, Assistant Mayor of Jerusalem, who works in so many ways towards the building up of Jerusalem, for the benefit of Jerusalem and all the land of Israel. First of all, I want to say thank you. People who don't live here don't understand what's happening right now with all of you being here. Right, if you look over there, you see a neon green light at a mosque. And to see this wonderful Jewish presence with Israeli flags here at the entrance to Lions Gate is only thanks to the Israeli police that are allowing this to take place. Thank you, Israeli police, that is showing that it's only an issue of making a decision, only making the right decision in order to show sovereignty. Right? If we could have marched on Jerusalem Day out through Damascus Gate if only the Prime Minister had allowed it. But it's only a decision to allow us to actually show our sovereignty. And thank you to these two women who didn't give up. And you move forward to ensure that we still have this march, this 27th year that we have this march around the old city walls on the 9th of Av. And you're not getting younger each year. But thank God we have merited this march taking place again, and for all the other partners to help make it happen. Just a few hours ago, we read about Jerusalem being destroyed and with foxes running over the temple. This is what we read in the Megillat Eicha. And 2 years ago we stood here at this place. And whoever was here, you might remember that I lifted up this little laser And I pointed to this bush on the wall over there, right below the bush. 2 years ago, there was a sign from the Turkish government. Also at the top, there was another sign of the Turkish government. And there was a number of Israeli ministers and the mayor, and they all talked about how they do so much work for the unity of Jerusalem. And I pointed to that sign. This is the unity of Jerusalem. You allowed for there to be signs here by the Turkish government. That doesn't show unity of Jerusalem. So, thanks to today's current mayor, the mayor took down the signs of the Turkish government to ensure that they don't have signs anywhere in Jerusalem. Also, this proves it's only an issue of a decision to act and show sovereignty. That's all. It's only about us standing up and making the right decisions. And when we stand here today on Tisha B'Av, there's another decision that we all have to decide. What am I doing to bring about the rebuilding of the temple? That we can see the rebuilding of the temple in our time, in our generation. The Torah teaches us a generation that does not see the rebuilding of the temple. It's as if the temple was destroyed in that generation. So the question for each and every one of you, what are you doing to ensure that the third temple will be built today or tomorrow? And if you're not doing anything, then you are just as responsible for the destruction of the temple as the generations when it was destroyed. And you could do anything. If you're a singer, then sing a song about returning to the temple. If you're a journalist, then write about returning to rebuild the temple. If you're just a regular person, just hold a flag that shows the building of the temple. If you're an artist, then do art that pushes forward the awareness to rebuild the temple. Because we don't want to be part of a generation that is responsible for its destruction. We want to do what's necessary to have it rebuilt. Here's my friend Yonatan, also Jerusalem Council. Not just him, or me, or Oritz Juk, or Yom Tov. It's not just us. Yes, we're in official positions. It's not just us. Each and every one of you can do something in order to ensure that by next year we won't have to meet here. We won't meet here. We're gonna meet 100 meters from here at the entrance to the temple. Each one with his korban, todah, that we will be bringing up to the temple, so that we won't be mourning anymore. And I just want to refer to two things that were said before. One thing about the consulate and Greater Jerusalem. Regarding the consulate, unfortunately, the last government could have stopped it. The last foreign minister and prime minister could have stopped it, and they didn't stop it. And this current government could also stop it. It's only an issue of a decision, because the international law forbids the Americans to open a consulate when there is an embassy in the same city. That's a law. That's an international law. Impossible to have a consulate in the same place as an embassy. Since the American government knows that Jerusalem is Israel's capital and they have an embassy, they can't have a consulate here also. It's illegal. And now it's up to the Prime Minister and the Foreign Minister whether it'll happen or not. And without asking Yonatan, if unfortunately they make a mistake and they allow it to the Americans to open up the consulate, then we will do everything we can. So when they raised the flag, we lowered the flag. We will do everything we can, because we have to understand Jerusalem is the capital of the Jewish people, not of the American people. And we will fight for it, for the holiness of Jerusalem or the wholeness of Jerusalem. And the second thing, in terms of Greater Jerusalem, here too. Everyone can make a decision to do something. Don't wait for the leaders to do something. Doesn't make a difference who you voted for. You can be partners in ensuring that next year, whether the temple is rebuilt or not, there can be. You will know that you did everything you can to bring about the greater metropolitan Jerusalem. What can you do? Very simple. Just like Orit Strug said, just like you see a lot of these signs all over the land, take signs and put up signs. Very simple. If the signs do something, then also you could put up signs about greater Jerusalem. But even more than that, talk about these issues. If you write a letter, write a post on Facebook, write a tweet, end it with a signature, Greater Jerusalem, Metropolitan Jerusalem. You live in Elazar, Greater Metropolitan Israel. You live in Ma'ale Adumim, Greater Metropolitan Jerusalem. You live in Givon HaChadasha or Givat Ze'ev. Put a signature underneath, with your wedding invitations, your bar mitzvah invitations, everything. You're invited to this hall for this event, Gush Etzion, Sha'ar Binyamin, and then below, Greater Metropolitan Jerusalem. But we talk about it and write about it more and more. We create the reality to make it happen, and it's just up to our decision, to each and every one of us, to do this little thing. And hopefully next year we should merit seeing all of us being happy here to go up to the temple and not just sad on Tisha B'Av. And thank you everyone for everything you're doing and for tonight. Jerusalem Council Member Yonatan Yosef, a fighter for the Shimon HaTzadik neighborhood for years. When I'm in the Shimon HaTzadik neighborhood, I ask the people who stand opposite me, Jews or Arabs. The Arabs say that Jerusalem belongs to them. So I ask the Arabs, do you believe in the Quran? And they say, yes, I believe in the Quran. So I said, well, in the Quran it says that the land of Israel belongs to the Jewish people. And they're quiet. They have nothing to say. For whatever reason, our leaders, even with this very simple PR, they don't say this. They say for security reasons. They come up with stories. Who started with the war, and then the world comes up with if the problem is security, then we'll help with security. We'll give you this. We'll give you that. We'll give you rockets, right? So that you can give away your land in order to bring peace. We'll deal with all these issues. But what I say, the ultimate destruction is actually because we're not talking about we're not talking the language that the enemies are saying when they're saying that it's a religious issue, and they say that Temple Mount is a religious thing that belongs to them. We're telling different stories. Instead of saying the Tanakh is the legal document that it belongs to Jerusalem people. Even Biden swore on the Bible when he became president, and the Bible says straight out, legal document, that it belongs to the Jewish people. It's not up to any negotiations. Right? Jerusalem is mentioned more than 600 places in the Bible. Just like no French person would split Paris, just no American would split Washington, just no nation would split their capital city. But we have more than all of them. We have the Bible. We have the Bible that most of the world believes in. That's what shows that is the document, the legal document, the historical document, that is the proof that the land of Israel, that Jerusalem, belongs to the Jewish people and does not belong to the Muslims. And if we don't start talking that language, then the path of destruction will continue. And there was Lubavitch Rebbe who understood American politics, and he said this. And he said each and every Israeli government misses this, that it's the Bible that is the proof of our right to this land, and that's what Israel should be telling all the world leaders. And we have to tell them that it's the Temple Mount that is the holiest place to the Jewish people, not the western wall of the Temple Mount. It is Nili Naori of the Israel is Forever organization.
אחרי שהשם הוציאם ממצרים, אחרי שהוא קרא להם את הים,
after God took the Jewish people out of Egypt and split the sea and gave them the Torah, and then he gave the Jewish people the chance to go into the land of Israel, and the Jewish people said, no, the sin of the spies. And God said, if you're crying this evening, then you're going to cry forever. And this had happened. We had the destruction of the first temple and the destruction of the second temple, and then that began 2,000 years of exile, and then we had the horrendous horrible things of the Holocaust, and then the destruction of Gush Katif. All happened around Tisha B'Av, this day. We cry, we're afraid. Are we going to survive or not? We're going to survive. Napoleon was surprised to see the Jews sitting and weeping over the destruction of the temples thousands of years over. And Napoleon say, a nation who knows how to cry over its past, for sure they have a future to return and come back to themselves, to come back to their homeland. And we have merited seeing the return of the Jewish people to be sovereign in our homeland. And we liberated all of Jerusalem in the 1967 Six-Day War, and we liberated the Temple Mount. So why are we still crying? The 9th of Av represents the loss of sovereignty. Why should we be mourning if the Temple Mount is in our hands? Well, we're mourning because we don't have the guts to stand up for our history, for the horrible desecration of our holy place, the Temple Mount, by the Muslims on our holy place. And by not doing what's necessary to protect the Jewish people in our homeland from the pogroms of the Arab Muslims, even our own homeland, there is what for us to stand up for ourselves. We shouldn't cry. Crying is for the exile. Here we're home, we just have to move forward. Back there in the exile we cry. But not when we are a sovereign in our homeland. We shouldn't be crying. We should be standing up for ourselves. They treat us, the Jewish people, as if we're the occupiers. And we even invited these enemies into our government. The Muslim Brotherhood representatives who support terror are right now in the Israeli government. And this is totally against the desire of the people, because the people know this is our right to the Jewish land, to the Jewish homeland of Israel. Our problem is that we're still crying, and because we cry so much, we've fallen asleep. We are the inheritors of our Jewish leaders for the land of Israel. We are not crying. We are trying to fix the sins of the spies. We are trying to fix their sins of not going into the land of Israel, and by us doing what we can by marching throughout the land of Israel and marching in Jerusalem, throughout Jerusalem. The Jews of the land of Israel are proud, and we cry out to the screens. The Jewish people are the sovereign nation of the whole land of Israel. Thank you, Nadia Matar and Yudit Katzover, for 27 years for organizing this march on the 9th. 2,000 years of exile and persecution has us from forgetting how we're supposed to act like a sovereign. We have to stop crying like in the exile, dry up the tears and start acting. Only by acting, by standing up for ourselves, will we be able to turn the 9th of Av from a sad day into a happy day. The Jewish people live. Am Yisrael Chai.
מבקשים מהדוברים הבאים לקצר, כי המשטרה מבקשת שנסיים את האירוע.
We have the police is asking us for it to finish quickly. We are now inviting Amir Avivi, the head of the Habitchonistim organization, defense officials standing up for a strong Israel. They're a contra to all the left-wing security organizations that are always cutting up the land of Israel. And I'm happy to see the whole Jewish people here tonight. We have a lot of great things in the Jewish people, and what we're missing is the Jewish people are missing the people that are able to go out of their comfort zones and do what is necessary in order to bring about sovereignty for the Jewish people, for a sovereign Jerusalem. I'm a 15th generation Jerusalem. My whole family is buried on the Mount of Olives. For me, it means so much for me to be here tonight. And a year and a half ago, I established the Habitchonistim organization in January, a year and a half ago, and to push forward sovereignty in Judea and Samaria. Hundreds of thousands of security officials joined me in order to push forward sovereignty in Judea and Samaria, in order to strengthen the sovereignty of Jerusalem in the Jordan Valley and Judea and Samaria. And today, a year and a half later, 500 people started, and today it's over 2,000 security officials, and we're growing. Day by day, we're growing. We used to speak about the security of the national security, but there is no security for the nation without nationalism, without Judaism, without Zionism. That's the basic. It's not about a plane or radar. It can't. Those things, technology does not replace our spirit, the Jewish spirit, our national spirit, our Jewish spirit. We are here to strengthen the Jewish people. We're in very complex times with the growth of anti-Semitism all over the world, and millions of Jews can be coming here. There's no future for the Jewish people outside of Israel. We have to be ready for all the Jews who are going to come here and strengthen Israel down south and up north in Judea and Samaria and the Jordan Valley. We have to prepare all these areas for the millions of Jewish refugees that will come from all over the world. And we're involved in a really big struggle. And here I call upon all the Zionist members of the Israeli Knesset get together. It's impossible that we have a government that's given over the keys of our governance to the Muslim Brotherhood, that they are in charge of the decisions. No, all Zionist parties get together. That is the unity. All Zionist parties get together. I just wish for all of us that within the next hour we be unified and we bring in strength in Jerusalem. And we're finishing with Rabbanit Rivka Shimon, who represents women for the temple. Very shortly, I just want to say I'm very happy and honored to be representative of the women of Israel who did not take part in the sins of the spies. 27 years I marched together with Nadia and Yehudit, and they also represent the women who did not take part in the sin of the spies. And I'm very proud to be here representing the women for the temple. I'm part of it for 10 years, and I'm quoting the poet Uri Tzvi Grimmett: whoever rules the Temple Mount rules the land. Nili Naori also goes up to the Temple Mount. I can tell you that over these 10 years that I'm active for the Temple Mount, there's such an improvement. Such an improvement regarding the Har Habayit, the Temple Mount. The police are with us. We can go up there. We can pray up there. Well, that's good to hear. And I see the Jewish people are more with us, and I call to all of you that came here to strengthen Jerusalem, come with us, join us, come with us, go up to the Temple Mount. And there, with our heart, we have to strengthen Jerusalem. But the heart of Jerusalem is the Temple Mount. Whoever controls the Temple Mount controls the country. With God's help, please God, we will merit to see the rebuilding of the temple. Thank you. The Youth for Sovereignty, no time for them to speak, so they're talking about how we want to see sovereignty throughout, for all the work you do, the sovereignty for Judea and Samaria. And to conclude, I'm saying, all the Jews all over the world in Israel, we promise to Jerusalem that we'll do everything we can to rebuild you, to get you out of the destruction, to bring everyone together, for the honor of Jerusalem, we won't be quiet. We all say all together, Anu, Bnei Ha'am HaYehudi, V'Aretz V'Ha'olam. We, all the Jewish people, we promise to you, Jerusalem, if we forget you, Jerusalem, forget my right hand, may my tongue stick to my mouth. If I don't go up to Jerusalem, if I don't place Jerusalem on the top of my thoughts. And now thank you to everyone. Alright, there you go. Here we are standing here at the Lion's Gate. We just finished all of these speeches, and now we're continuing to walk around the road. יונתן, סליחה, יונתן, תודה רבה על כל העבודה שאתה עושה למען שמעון הצדיק בירושלים. תבואו לבקר בשמעון הצדיק, תבואו לחזק את תושבי שמעון הצדיק. אמן, אמן. תזכרו תמיד, ירושלים שלנו וארץ ישראל שלנו, מכוח התורה. התורה היא זו שנותנת לנו את הטאבו על ארץ ישראל. אמן. Alright, Jonathan, Yosef was just saying before, and he just said again, we always have to tell the world, this is ours for one reason only, because of the Bible, because of the Torah. That's why this is our land. That's what you tell everyone. Don't let anyone get away with saying otherwise.
Even the President of the United States swear on the Bible.
That's a powerful line.
This is the power. The Rebbe Lubavitch says, if we use in this statement that Israel land belonged to the Jewish people because of the Bible, every word be quiet. Everybody be quiet. This is the reason that we are here, the Bible. You need to say it again and again.
Amen. איך אני מקבל את הפרטים שלך? אני רוצה לקבל סיור בשמעון הצדיק. אתה יכול?
כן, everybody that you want to come to שמעון הצדיק neighborhood, call me. להתקשר אליי 052-6378-558. This is my number. I got your number. I'm going to call you. We're going to come to Shimon HaTzadik. You'll give us a come visit the Shimon HaTzadik neighborhood. Come visit to Jerusalem. And make strong all the settlers. The leftists call us settlers.
We're all settlers. But even Tel Aviv, we're settlers.
The Torah says, תנחלו את הארץ. נכון. מתנחלים. נכון.
נכון. I say,
make occupation. Yeah, Yeshua ben Nun was occupy this area. Hashem tell him to occupy this area.
Right?
כיבוש, it's good.
כיבוש הארץ. יונתן, תודה רבה. צום משמעותי. All right, there you go. You heard from Israel, from Jerusalem Council member Yonatan Yosef, Am Yisrael Chai, and I've talked about. Ready? We're ready. I'm sorry I couldn't pick up the phone.
It's okay. It's okay.
Ready, guys?
We can't go back to Shechem, can we?
No, we gotta continue. We gotta continue. Yeah, we'll keep on walking this way.
Okay.
We're going more.
The most important thing to do is to watch Avi on YouTube and on Facebook. 24/6. Guy's amazing.
Ready?
Let's all go.
Oh, we talked to Nadia. Nadia. Bye. Nadia Matar, the woman, the legend, the savior of the Jewish people.
No, nothing. We are here,
amazing.
all of Am Yisrael together, saying that Jerusalem is ours, united Jerusalem. We walked here in... Jerusalem, United Jerusalem is the capital of the Jewish people forever and only of the Jewish people, and we are here and we swore allegiance to Jerusalem, and we'll make sure that all the dangers, Jerusalem is in danger. People want to take Jerusalem. We cannot go to sleep. We have to act, and our plan and our next project is Greater Jerusalem called Jerusalem Rabbati in order to add Gush Etzion, Ma'ale Adumim, and all those areas to Jerusalem, so that we lower the amount of Arabs in Jerusalem and we raise the amount of Jews to have a huge Jewish majority in Yerushalayim.
Thank you for everything, Nadia.
Thank you to Avi Ebolo for all the work.
For Simcha, all right. And as I told you before, Nadia and Yehudit are the two legendary leaders of Women in Green, Nashim Bayarok, who've been managing and running this march for 27 years and have done so much work for the land of Israel, for the Jewish people. So there you heard from Nadia. Are you ready, guys? Let's go. We're walking up. Let's walk up. Yair! No? מה יש לך להגיד? Here we go, יאיר. יאיר דן, תגיד, what do you have to say, יאיר?
אתה חילוני ואני אוהב אותך. למרות שאתה... מה אנחנו? ברוך השם בירושלים. גם אבלים, אבל גם אומרים תודה לקדוש ברוך הוא שזיכה אותנו להתאבל בירושלים, בעיר העתיקה, ומתפללים שנזכה שנה הבאה כבר לראות בעזרת השם בית המקדש.
So for those of you who don't know, Yair Dan, behind the scenes, he's very, very active for the land of Israel and Jewish people, and he just said, even though we are mourning, but yes, we're happy with what we have, and there's so much more work to do. And everyone walked ahead, and we're walking up towards the Western Wall area, the Western Wall of the Temple Mount. Ready? Let's go. And there is, wait a second, there you see the Mount of Olives again. And again, anyone who tells you Jerusalem does not belong to the Jewish people, on the one hand you say, look at the Torah, look at the Bible. If a Muslim says Jerusalem doesn't belong to the Jewish people, say the Quran says that the land of Israel belongs to the Jewish people. And then you show them the Mount of Olives with the oldest Jewish cemetery, where even kings from the Bible and biblical figures from the Bible are buried. You can't say that Jerusalem does not belong to the Jewish people. And here we go, we're finishing the last part of the walking up, of circling around the old city walls, right? We started, those of you who were with us, we started at the new gate near Jaffa Gate, then we passed Damascus Gate, we just got to we walked past the Flower Gate. That's the gate that we passed, the Flower Gate. Then we walked past the Lion's Gate, where the Tzanchanim, the paratroopers, liberated the old city of Jerusalem. And now we're walking towards Dung Gate, right? All around towards Dung Gate to the entrance to the western wall of the Temple Mount. And again, for everyone who is not familiar, ready? The western wall of the Temple Mount is not the holiest place of the Jewish people. Too many Jews mistake this, and too many non-Jews also, because Jews mistake it. The holiest place of the Jewish people is the Temple Mount. It's where the temple stood. That's the holiest place. For too many years, for hundreds and hundreds of years, Jews were forbidden to go up to the Temple Mount. The Muslims forbid the Jews from going up to the Temple Mount, so the closest place we were able to get to was the western wall of the Temple Mount. Hence came the myth that the western wall is holy to the Jewish people, but it's not. It is the Temple Mount that is holy, and everyone should come visit the Temple Mount. We need more and more Jews to go up to the Temple Mount. Only by the Jewish people showing their desire for the Temple Mount will we merit the rebuilding of the temple. God is waiting for us. So long as we show him that the rebuilding of the temple is not important to us, it's not going to happen. In order for us to show that we want the temple to be rebuilt so that the Jewish people can have full sovereignty in our homeland to benefit all of humanity and not just the Jewish people, it's not enough to go visit the western wall of the Temple Mount. Whether you live in America or in France or in Israel, go up and visit the Temple Mount. We need more and more Jews. We need all of us to be visiting the Temple Mount so that they change the rules, that they allow freedom of prayer, so that we're allowed to visit all the time, so we can go to the Temple Mount via all the gates and stop the anti-Jewish or anti-non-Muslim discrimination on our holy, holy site. It's that simple. Right? You agree?
100%.
See? Even my son agrees with me 100%. Thank God. It's not easy to have your children agree with you when you're a parent. Right?
Amen.
I'm not the only parent that thinks that?
No.
But I'm blessed. Mwah! Love you, kiddo. All right, let's go. Join us as we continue walking the last part. Here we go, the Mount of Olives. There you go, the oldest Jewish cemetery in the world. It's funny to be happy about a cemetery, but I'm happy about the symbolism that the cemetery represents. And that's the Mount of Olives right over there. The police that have been with us. It really is nothing to take for granted that the police allowed us to have this march
I was
tonight.
thinking that in the States, you can't trust the police. Here, B'ezrat Hashem, you can.
Well, sometimes.
Usually.
Sometimes. I can't tell you how many cases there are from all of the Arab-Muslim violence across the country just back in May.
Yeah.
The police have closed so many cases. They haven't opened cases. I just read about today that one Ethiopian guy in Ramla who was murdered, and the police have not investigated. The daughter herself found video footage. The police didn't collect it. So unfortunately, not always when it comes to the Arab Muslims, do the police want to do what's necessary because they want to keep things quiet to give the picture that everything's under control and everything's okay,
right.
And basically sweeping things under the rug. And you don't solve anything by sweeping problems under the rug. It just allows the problems to grow. So we still have, sometimes they come through, and there's still plenty that we have to work on them and improving.
Right. That's politically, but if there's an attack, chas v'sholem, if there's a confrontation, you know which side the cops are going to be. In America, you don't.
Well, I hear you. I hear you. I don't even know if I'm going to have enough battery power to make it all the way to the western wall of the Temple Mount. So everyone, all you Jews out there fasting on this Tisha B'Av, I hope it was meaningful to join us. Right, wherever you are, bad lighting. Wherever you are, I hope this was meaningful to connect with Jerusalem and walk around the old city walls of Jerusalem as we focus on this 9th of Av, where we're commemorating the destruction of both temples, the loss and destruction of Jerusalem, the persecution that we've had as a people for thousands of years. And Jerusalem is our heart. Jerusalem is the promise of our future. Let's cross the street. Look at all that traffic down there. Oh.
They got
These are the
cops in front, cops behind.
and here. There we go. The old city walls. All the marchers are in front of us. We're all the way at the back. The cops. Wow. And finally. The most important thing, never forget how blessed we are to be living in this generation. With all of the issues, with all the problems, with all the challenges, with all the work we still have to do as a people, as a nation, as the State of Israel, we are so blessed to have the State of Israel. We are so blessed to have the Israel Defense Forces. We are so blessed to be in Jerusalem. We are so blessed to be living in Judea and Samaria. We're living the dream of our ancestors for thousands of years that they couldn't do. We are so blessed. There's a lot of work to do, but be thankful for what we have. Never lose perspective. With all the work we have to do, with all the dangers we still have to fight against, never forget being grateful for what we have. There we go. Yep. That's where we walk up on top. That's the Temple Mount up there. That's nice.
Why are all these police driving so slowly?
So that we can walk. They're like, this is like the end. They're protecting us. So I think they're like oh no, who was Yakir? Can you get Dara's phone number? Because my phone's gonna die and I don't have her phone number.
You didn't
She
save
took
it?
no. Oh, it's pretty. All right, so basically this is now the southern wall of the Temple Mount. That's the eastern wall, and this is the southern wall. Anyone who's been here and seen the southern wall excavations, the southern wall excavations are right up here in this area. So we're walking past here on our way to the Dung Gate. So we'll see how much battery I have left to get there.
Hopefully after the fest we catch up on when you're ready to trip it off. Yeah, I also did. Oh wow.
What?
Kotel is packed.
Is it? תודה רבה, תודה רבה חבר'ה. שבוע טוב. You got it?
He was the friend of the Motzah, and he lives in Sheikh Jarrah himself?
No, he said he's been very active there. I got his phone number. I'm gonna call him so he'll give me a tour. I'll do a video with him there.
He said it on live, no?
Yeah.
Oh, here's Dara. She said, are you going to the Kotel?
Well, let's go then.
Oh, she said she'd give me her number.
Here, the Kotel is
Packed.
insanely full.
Really? Why?
Always nice to come out.
Oh. Should I call her now?
Yeah, tell her we're on our way up.
Here, Abba, here's Dara.
Oh, just tell her. Oh, yeah. Hey Dara, it's Avi. Yeah, no, my phone's about to die. I'm still videoing, but this is Yakir's number, so be in touch with us on this number. We're on our way. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, can we get in there? If we can get in there, we'll get in there. We'll go in for like 2 seconds and then come out. So you got it, so just let us know. Okay. Okay, bye. All right, let's walk quickly.
Why?
She wants to go home, and I don't have that much battery. So let's... Neil here? Let's go, let's cross. Whatever.
Ahava texted me Noah. How do you know him? Yeah, so funny story, Ahava. Noah's a friend of mine from Camp Stone, so I had him over for Shabbat. Hi, Ahava. And then he was.
Here we go, the southern wall excavations right here.
Why, whatever. And then my mother started asking me about what program, whatever, and they were like, oh, that's the one Ahava's
Here we
on.
go.
And they're like, oh, I think I met Ahava.
All the police here. תודה רבה חבריה. There we go. We're coming up the Dung Gates, the entrance to the western wall of the Temple Mount. And even more important, we're coming up to the entrance of the city of David. Here again, the southern wall excavations. Guys, if you haven't been to Jerusalem, you gotta come. It's unbelievable. It's gorgeous. I'm so blessed to live here. So blessed to be able to come visit Jerusalem whenever I want. I work in Jerusalem. So blessed to be able to visit the old city of Jerusalem. To the left is the city of David, the unbelievable city of David. The archaeological finds where the kingdom of David you can actually see. Right down here is the city of David, folks. And you can go an unbelievable sight. Look at all these police officers here. תודה רבה, תודה רבה. תודה רבה, טוב. תודה רבה. There we go. Look at all these police here, saying thank you to all the police officers. Let's go, here we go. Let's get in. There we go. Anyone here? Where's Neil? Is he with it? Was he? Was he tied? Okay. No, because if my phone dies, I'm not gonna have his phone number. So get his phone number.
So I'm just wait here until you first.
Because I'm losing batteries. I just want to catch up. Huh? Hook up. Just get, yeah.
No. Turn around.
Ah, je suis bien moi. Ouais, j'ai un peu soif, ça.
All right, we're getting here, folks. Wonderful hearing all the different languages of all the Jews who have returned home. We are living the prophecies of the prophets. Let's see all the people who are here. Here we are. Dung Gate. In we go. Dara! No luck yet? I'll make it quickly. Oh, so go in here.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Actually, I get shorter route and go all the way around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll just meet you guys there.
Just turn around a second. See all the people coming. Walk into the western wall of the Temple Mount. And we're gonna get to the wall in a second. Oh, it's so nice. I realize, one, if I lose you guys, I don't have a phone to communicate with you. And two, everyone can use the bathroom.
Oh, now you're talking.
And two, what?
Let's go. So come on. What? Oh, not all of us did.
That's all right. I'm up for it.
Huh? All right, here we go. What? That's because my sons work at Pizzeria Efrat, right over there. I think they work there. There you go. Oh my God, look at this balagan to get in. Look at all the people trying to get in. We're not the only ones. Come on, come on. Who cares? Let's go. Let's see what happens. Sana? Alright, we're in, folks. We're in. Why?
They let you in the women's entrance.
Alright, let's stick together, guys. Now it's really crowded. Sana? I said now let's stick together. Alright, we're here, everybody. We made it. Again, the holy site is the Temple Mount up on top. But it's forbidden for us to go up to the Temple Mount right this moment, because Jews are only allowed in the morning hours for a few hours. So this is the closest we can get to the holy site of the Jewish people. The western wall of the Temple Mount. There we go. Look at all the people here tonight. Right? We're mourning the destruction of the temple. Oh, let's get Yehuda. Yehuda! Talk to me, guy. Talk to me. What do you have to say?
I think it's amazing.
There we go.
So
what's amazing?
The fact that huge complaints about Yom Yerushalayim, but tonight not a peep.
Yes.
A quiet walk,
yes.
Very easy. And tonight's much. I hate to sound controversial, but Tisha B'Av's a lot more meaningful and a lot more powerful and sends a stronger message than Yom Yerushalayim. Yom Yerushalayim's nice, but quiet night. Very busy here.
Yeah, unbelievable. I've never been here at night.
Really?
Never been here at night. I went up to Har HaBayit, to the Temple Mount on Tisha B'Av a few years ago, and I've never been here at night.
We came a few years ago with Ari. It was a quiet night. It was a very active night that night. A lot of yeah, very enjoyable. Beautiful weather.
We should merit and see the rebuilding. Be'ezrat Hashem b'yameinu. Yehuda, always good kid. Let's go, guys. This way. I saw already. Look at all the people here. All the people. The flag, all the people. Alright, let's get some singing in.
No.
All right, signing off from the foot of the holiest place of the Jewish people, the western wall of the Temple Mount. Remember, we're sad, we're fasting, we're mourning, but at the same time, we are the generation rebuilding our ancestral homeland. We are the generation rebuilding Jerusalem. We are the generation here, sovereign. All we have to do is make our government officials act as sovereigns so that everyone who lives in our land lives safely. Jews, Christians, Muslims, it's up to us. It's up to our leaders. It's up to us, the people, to ensure our leaders stand up for our rights to rebuild the temple, to make Judea and Samaria filled with millions of Jews, the Negev, the Galil, so that everyone is safe in this country, and we bring the redemption. And it starts with us acting as sovereign everywhere, and it starts with the Temple Mount, freedom of worship, rebuilding the temple, and we're on the path to freedom and prosperity for all of humanity. Signing off on Tisha B'Av here at the foot of the holiest place of the Jewish people, where just 2,000 years ago, and a little bit more, the second temple was destroyed up there. Let's make the future better. Let's make tomorrow already rebuilding the temple, if not tomorrow, the next year. Shalom, shalom, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Pulse of Israel, frontline videos from the Holy Land. Support our work by donating today.